From the Black Star Square of Ghana, this is the Street Quiz with yours truly, Novi. Don't forget to learn something new. And if you're happy to be here, kindly subscribe to our channel. If you've not subscribed, like, comment, and share. What is the last book of the Bible?
Revelation now is Revelation.
So what is the third book in the Old Testament?
James.
Hey! Agabus. God will judge you.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Daniel chapter 2 verse 4.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Methodist.
Hey! You say?
Methodist.
The third book of the Old Testament, what is it?
James.
The third book of the Old Testament.
Matthew.
Hey! I can see that you are using my testicle to play.
What is the last book of the Bible?
I think it is Estados.
Hey, what kind of shit is that?
Estados.
Jesus!
Quiet, madam, don't follow a madman who is run away.
Then what is the third book of the Old Testament?
I think it's Matthew.
The last book of the Bible is Revelation.
So?
What is the third book of the Old Testament?
Leviticus.
Okay.
What is the third book of the Old Testament?
Luke.
Hey! Get out of here for real.
The last book of the Bible. Revelation.
What then is the third book of the Old Testament?
Deuteronomy.
Jesus Christ.
What is the third book of the Old Testament?
Leviticus. The third book of the Old Testament. Numerals or
Go and ask your grandfather.
The third book of the Old Testament. Deuteronomy.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Revelation.
Talk what you say.
Revelation.
Hey!
You cry. What you're saying doesn't make sense to you.
No, sir.
Are you funny?
Now, what is the third book of the Old Testament?
Leviticus.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Revelation.
So what about the third book of the Old Testament?
Hey y'all, come look at this. John.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Habakkuk.
The third book of the Old Testament.
John.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Genesis.
Really so stupid.
What is the third book of the Old Testament?
Laves.
I'm laughing like clown.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Revelation.
What is the third book of the Old Testament?
Deuteronomy.
The last book of the Bible is Revelation.
If the last book of the Bible is Revelation, what is the third book of the Old Testament?
Malachi.
I beg your pardon.
Malachi.
I will slap the living daylight out of you.
What is the last book of the Bible?
Revelation.
If Revelation is the last book of the Bible, what is the third book of the Old Testament?
The third book is Leviticus.
People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I?
Water.
Why? Why are you saying water?
They buy water, they don't eat it, they drink it.
We know.
Riddle. People buy me to eat, but they don't eat me. What am I?
Bones.
God.
Why bones?
People really buy meat to eat, but hard bones are too harder for people to chew.
People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I?
Salt.
No.
Miss.
No.
Yogurt.
What?
Yogurt.
Are you crazy? Go and ask your grandfather.
I think we're ghost.
People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I?
Food.
People buy meat.
Me. They buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I?
Human being.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Shut up, my friend.
Why?
Because we buy meat to eat, but we can't eat ourselves.
Yes.
People buy you to eat, but they never eat you. Yeah, meat.
No.
What kind of meat?
Snake meat.
That's the most horrible thing I've ever heard.
You buy me to eat, but never eat me.
Poison.
Holy Ghost fire.
I think salt.
Condom.
Hey! I die.
Madam Toy.
Look at this.